Feels like I'm bracing for a new change. Still shooting but thinking I need a new aim. Cause the circle of the target that once was is now steady been shrinking. I'm thinking I need a new flame. Cause she ain't doing what she once did for me, what she does for me, or what she is for me. Willfully I would try to coexist, but y'all busy in front of mirrors posing for some self-pics. Nah, guess that's a part of the game. You gotta be a gimmick to give them the light of day. Fighting for attention and Twitter mentions is messing with my ascension. I mean, now I'm stepping in y'all lane. But what am I supposed to do when it feels like the world is me? I guess push it back and be strong. You got nothing else to do but be strong. And let the rest keep on, keep on, keep on. Man, I got a lot up on my plate. The fact that I've been starving makes pressure steady deflate. And it's been a long time since I've worked this late. But the time is now or never when you face first with fate. Yeah, and great works at a pace. Hate serves to the late, so I'm never touching the brakes. What more can you say when my face is the sun? You about to be raped. And I'm writing this up in a dark time. Heart finds peace in the wake of a hard climb. Medicine's Mount Everest, yet I'm dabbling in embellishments just for the hell of it to be called fly. And I soar far from the boring, tore far from the norm of the chorus singing it on. The stages of life in which I'm always performing and nothing short of an order from heaven for me to call life. Who thinks this much at the deuce 3? I'm treating life like water, wisdom of Bruce Lee. Crew chief, I'm cruising up at a new speed. Crash course collisions with visions that was ignored me. Like a city that would embrace it. Fine women and maids and they speaking on my arrangements. All a part of the phases I run in the human race for the first place mentality. And that's fine, we done be back later. So that's kind of the feeling I've had with music and being like marketing. You're always trying to push yourself in people's face and it's so oversaturated, oh my goodness. So kind of my interpretation is just, I'll be back later. I gotta find myself first and find what I want to say right now. So that was kind of a mix of those frustrations. So, like I said, it's a little different. Normally I'd be with the mic and just kind of like going out back. Can you hear me? Sorry, is that fine? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, perfect. I was hoping that it would resonate a little bit. We can go right to the next one if you'd like. I haven't performed this one. You can play it. Go ahead. I haven't performed this one in a long time. I only performed it one time. I think that was for the JC Derulo concert. Maybe it was a gym class series, but so bear with me. It's called Midwest to Bless, and I kind of wrote it in a cold time. I actually wrote it, I think, when I was in New York, thinking about being back here. So you're gonna get bits and pieces of kind of how I grew up, and then influences from my father, and we'll go from there. So appreciate it. The music to introduce you a little bit. My city told me to stick to your pride. Gotta work hard to get mine. Midwest to bless, grind for that shine. Yeah, we just chasing the life, chasing the life. 9 to 5 just to get mine. I see it in his eyes. Yo, Midwest to bless, grind for that shine. Yeah, it's starter jackets and some snow boots, uniforms, whole crews playing football by bottles of old booze, sitting in a cold room, pumping dance soul tunes. Young dude, but doing Michael Jackson's own moves. Moonwalk like a follow, failure's hard to swallow. Used to roast a hater like we would roast a Milo, and we follow our dreams that were quote out of reach. And I ain't talking about Larry Hoover or Big Meech. I'm talking MJ and Jeter, Kanye and Kobe. Be what you wanna be, that's what Ma told me. To only reach for the sky and beyond. And when you see the crowd, that's when the feeling is on. I mean on like the street lights, the neighborhood stadium. Girls watch show, we show off with entertaining them, just to get a smile or maybe a little kiss. Man, tell me what's better than this. I'm doing me. So that was a bit of like growing up. I lived on Quincy and Arlington. It's not the hood, I'm not saying that, but we used to stay all the time on the blocks and playing in the streets. So that was kind of some of those influences. Just in a bit of that. So this is actually a guy in Tampa made this beat for me, but he told me to stick to your pride. Gotta work hard to get mine. Midwest to bless, grind for that shine, man. We just chasing the life, chasing the life. 9 to 5 just to get mine. Ambition, I see it in his eyes. Midwest to bless, grind for that shine. Listen, I'm the young Sinatra, laid back and proper. Diagnosed the bogus as if I was a doctor. Locked to the light of the living legends that shining. Shining to the commoners using rhythm and rhyming. Vows for celebration, congratulations. We bring ideas to life like animation. Wasted, made it to the top from the basement. Put in hours for credit, call it advanced placement. Champagne on airplanes, dames playing stair games. International beauties barely pronouncing their names. Checks to the family, wait for my granny, man. Could care less if a hater can't stand me. Granny on the stand with a picture of my dad. Midwest to blessed, we all living happy, man. Come on, homie, unclench your fist. You tell me what's better than this. I'm doing me. So a lot of that was, my dad passed away 2 years ago, so a lot of the inspiration of kind of like how I write is like Grammy on the stand with a picture of me. Those are young dreams, but I mean, I think I'm gonna win a Grammy anytime soon. You can cut this one. So I kind of wanted to do some. I love the poetry side and being able to not be connected to music, believe it or not, because everything that you do rap. Margo, people that do music, you kind of have to connect your lyrics to the music in a sense. I like to be able to speak freely sometimes with this. So these are actually 2 verses from a song of mine called The Uncertain. So I'm going to do them kind of in a freestanding form, I guess you'd say, or a spoken word. But 5th grade, I switched schools and had little to no friends. Saw other kids how they acted with little to no sense. 5th grade, I switched schools, had little to no friends. Saw other kids how they acted with little to no sense. I was nervous as hell, so I kept my mouth shut. Thought if I upped the gear, that'd probably be just enough. Started copping new shoes and a chain link necklace. Watched all the other crews and noticed who was the freshest. I bought the Iverson all whites with the see-through blue bottoms. I barely even wore them, it was just to say I got them. I was fly as a middle school note throw. Throwing paper planes, game at these dames. Crew would call you lame for writing improper slang. I mean, this was way before the text messaging came. I mean, beautifully ignorant, horseplay with diligence, drugs wouldn't consider it, love drunk belligerent, youth fused with music, enticing the soul, and a future still yet to be known. What was it? My first, I gotta think of the verse. 6th grade. First friend I met, first friend in 6th grade I met made them lunchroom beats. Yeah. Banging on his table, letting his pencils and hands speak. And we talk out through biology about the girls that we liked, which ones had the features and who wore them jeans right. He was black and I was white, but to us it didn't matter. I had Miss Rich yelling at us for all of our dumb chatter. A big bright smile with a knack for getting in trouble. His laugh was infectious, it didn't matter how subtle. The summer after 6th grade, I'd never forget. My mom gave me the obituary section and I wept. He died at a summer camp in a canoeing accident. He and the counselors both knew that he couldn't swim. 12 years old, the first time losing a friend, but I knew deep down that his story would never end. Ricky Wilder, I promised myself I'd put you in a song. Forgive me for it taking so long. I wrote the year that he died. I think I was in 8th grade when I started writing rap lyrics. And I went back in my yearbook and I wrote next to his name that I would put him in a song one day. And it was probably like 6 years later that all of a sudden dawned on me, duh, Kev, you forgot. So, so that was my time to do that. But thank you. So we'll play the next.
Still out to kill over a drink spill or a back grab of they girls smack like the back of their heads. So quick to act unruly. I choose to be separate now that I don't love home. I'm just grinding to myself, stay focused up in my zone. I got humble beginnings, I'm turning to happy endings. So any hit that you're sending to me is not offending. Pretend to be a rock star up in the bathroom mirror, spitting every lyric softly so my mom wouldn't hear it. They right here from the track, they use the zipper on my starter jacket. Green Bay Pack a beanie man, you know I got to have it. Matching the playgrounds, all battlefield. 4th, 1st, 5th graders, that's where it went down for real. The bell would ring and we'd bring our pride back inside. Teacher resumed, scars and bruises we'd hide. And I know that growing up is what's expected. But my childhood dreams, listen homie, I never left them. And it's easy within this height to go find the misdirection. But I stay corrected with the method. If they want to test them, we'll F them, then homie get to stepping. Cause progression in life is my profession. Yeah, and this is what I be about. Always sitting down, writing to the beat, reminiscing on my 9 to 5. Oh, writing on my 9 to 5. Yo, excuse me as I take it back, take it back. Now excuse me as I take it back, take it back. All up on my 9 to 5s. Hold up, I'm just reminiscing on 9 to 5s. Now excuse me as I take it back, take it back. Excuse me as I take it back, yeah, okay, I used to work in a warehouse, moving boxes of shoes, playing out in my mind if I had the chance, which I would choose. The Nikes and the Adidas, the feelers stacked to the ceiling, my sneakers was obedient. All these options just had me tweaking, barely speaking. 14, working with grown men, they give me shit over everything. The moment I clocked in, I'll be knocking over stacks, messing up with the scandals. I know they hated me. I was the worst worker they had, but that's because I was freestyling to myself in my mind. I was messing up on price and I was caught in the rhyme. It's not that I wasn't trying, I would just daydream. If I could rock a stadium with thousands to scream, I mean, damn, they say go big or go home, and my shift wasn't over, so I couldn't go home. So I go back to work and watch that clock tick slower, like it was the seconds counting down to the moment I blow up on my 9 to 5. Oh yeah, working on my 9 to 5. Yeah, okay, excuse me as I take it back, take it back. Excuse me as I take it back, take it back. I'm all up on my 9 to 5, 9 to 5. Writing like it's my 9 to 5. Excuse me as I take it back, take it back. Excuse me as I take it back. My next summer job had me working at the country club, Brown's crew, landscape, but now outside in the sun. Waking up at 5 a.m. as I be out in the fairway, just so these rich folk can have the corset their way. I'm like, okay, whatever, I sleep off by the pool. Lifeguards, the Racine, and then went to private high schools. Who would have thought the CEOs golfing were just like me? I mean, damn, we were both scheming to get on that green. These rich kids out here dreaming about that PGA. Well, I hope I didn't forget to pack my PBJ. Can't wait to go play the tracks like a CTA till I walk up in the club and then in my CD play. Now the ladies like, hey, brothers like, what up? We out getting married, all you lames going shut up. Yeah, cause I was focused on my B's and that's what I be. Cause hold up, yo, I got fired from that job after a family trip. Boss called me in his office, man, I'll never forget. He said, here's a lesson, learn how to be dedicated to something. In my head, I'm thinking, dog, you have no idea what's coming, so I got to run and graduated with honors. Thinking to myself, yeah, regret that comment. Saw the obituary section that next summer, his daughter died unexpectedly. Damn, some beef is better off dead. I prayed for his family as I bob my head. Vengeance is for the weak and hatred is for the blind. As I say my piece, I reminisce on my time on that 9 to 5. Yeah, working on my 9 to 5. Yo, excuse me as I took it back, took it back. Excuse me as I take it back, take it back. Reminiscing on 9 to 5s, I'm just writing on my 9 to 5. Reminiscing on my 9 to 5s, what's my next 9 to 5, 9 to 5. Excuse me as I take it back, take it back. Thank you for letting me take it back. That was inspiring. But this next one, I haven't performed for like this type of setting, so most of my shows, I'm not gonna lie, you guys are gonna have to like clap at some point. You can put your hands up or something. You can turn this one up a little bit. I'll tell you when you can clap. Here's the Racine native list, the 5K, that's where we walk like we made it to the dreams come true. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm up in the line. Break someone like my students to make my moves. Riding out the whole way, yelling out all day. Me and my crew fight like that little long OJ. Folks say, he don't think about that, no way, go hey. We gotta watch the shine, this is trying to go like cocaine. Pouring out Jose, no say, bitch, go for late. Cocaine, kicks all white, just like President Colgate. Y'all got a whole way, man. We trying to lean out, lean out, lean out, fly down, the east side, I sign it, east side, let's lean out, lean out, repeat my statements, homie, I'm faded. All the hate and love, all in your blood. But y'all give me the song for the underdogs. Let me see your hands up, the way you get around. Hold the top of the doors, put it down. You're rocking, never gonna stop. This is for the people by any means, the big dreams, no matter how hard it seems. Let me see your hands up and wave and say peace. Shalom, we going on. I used to walk on the ground, let me change on the ground so I can go to the beach and top of the trunk. Little lemons and juice boxes, take my crew chillin' tonight. Set on the curb, drinking something good like hold up. I need to see where y'all at. Everybody hands up, show me where you at. Everybody, front to the back, bring it back, yeah man, tell them bring it back. Hey, yo, now I know what y'all did. How the hell is you trying to get up on the bus? And then you roll, that's what I mean. And tell us where you're hands up and wave and saying peace.